Zombie ants are a fascinating phenomenon observed in certain species of ants that become infected by a specific type of fungus called Cordyceps unilateralis. This parasitic fungus has evolved a unique way to manipulate the behavior of ants in order to complete its life cycle. Here's a further detailed explanation video of the zombie ant phenomenon. But before this, if you are new to this channel, then subscribe to my channel. Let's back to the video. The life cycle of the zombie ant begins when an ant comes into contact with the spores of the Cordyceps fungus. The spores attach to the ant's exoskeleton and germinate, penetrating the ant's body. Once inside, the fungus starts to grow and spread throughout the ant's body, eventually reaching the ant's brain. At this point, the fungus takes control of the ant's behavior, essentially turning it into a zombie. The infected ant is compelled to leave the safety of its colony and climb up to a higher location, typically a leaf or twig. This behavior is thought to be advantageous for the fungus, as it allows for better dispersion of its spores from a higher vantage point. Once the ant reaches an optimal spot, it bites down and firmly attaches itself to the vegetation. The fungus then continues to grow, eventually killing the ant. As the ant dies, the fungus rapidly consumes its body, using it as a source of nutrients. After a few days, a fruiting body called a stroma emerges from the ant's head, or body, releasing thousands of spores into the environment. These spores can then infect other ants, continuing the life cycle of the fungus. The precise mechanism by which the fungus manipulates the ant's behavior is not fully understood, but research suggests that it may involve chemical compounds produced by the fungus that affect the ant's brain. These compounds could alter the ant's neural pathways, leading to the specific behavioral changes observed. It's worth noting that the phenomenon of zombie ants is not limited to a single species of ant or fungus. Different species of Cordyceps fungi have been found to infect various ant species, each with its own specific interactions and outcomes. Additionally, similar parasitic interactions between other fungi and insects have been observed in nature, highlighting the complexity and diversity of these interactions. The study of zombie ants provides valuable insights into the intricate and often bizarre relationships that exist in the natural world. It also serves as a reminder of the remarkable ways in which parasites can manipulate their hosts, blurring the lines between life forms and showcasing the ingenuity of evolution. Here's a few more points about zombie ants. Infection. The process begins when an ant comes into contact with the spores of the zombie ant fungus. These spores are released by the fungus when it reaches the reproductive stage of its life cycle. The spores are tiny and can easily attach to an ant's body as it moves through the environment. Penetration. Once attached to the ant, the fungal spores start to penetrate the ant's exoskeleton and enter its body. The fungus then begins to grow inside the ant, consuming its internal tissues and organs. Manipulation of behavior. As the fungus grows within the ant's body, it releases chemicals that have a remarkable effect on the ant's behavior. The fungus essentially takes control of the ant's central nervous system, altering its brain functions and making the ant behave in unusual ways. The death grip. One of the most distinctive behaviors induced by the fungus is called the death grip. As the infection progresses, the ant is compelled to leave its nest and climb vegetation to a specific height above the ground. It then clamps its mandibles, jaws, onto the leaf or twig with tremendous force, effectively anchoring itself in place. Spore dispersal. The fungus eventually kills the ant, but the infection doesn't end there. Once the ant has died, the fungus continues to grow and develop. eventually bursting out of the ant's body in the form of a long stalk, known as the fruiting body. At the tip of this stalk, a cluster of spores forms. These spores are then released into the environment, where they can infect other unsuspecting ants, continuing the cycle. Adaptations for host specificity. Different species of zombie ant fungi target specific ant species, and some even exhibit adaptations to enhance their chances of infecting the appropriate hosts. For example, some fungi release spores that mimic ant pheromones, attracting healthy ants to infected ones and facilitating the spread of the infection within ant colonies. It's important to note that the concept of zombie ants is not limited to just one type of fungus. Several species of fungi, belonging to the genus Ophiocordyceps, are known to infect and manipulate ants in similar ways. This extraordinary phenomenon has captured the interest of researchers, and has been studied for its potential applications in fields such as biocontrol and medicine. However, the natural interactions between these fungi and ants remain a fascinating and gruesome example of nature's complexity and adaptability. I hope so now you will understand zombie ants. Thanks for watching my content. If you like my content, press the like button, and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thank you. Goodbye.